Hey guys, Dave and Len here. We just played Napoleon's First Battles from Decision Games. I think this was from like 1991 or so. The battles it has are Montanet, Arcola, the Pyramids, and Marengo. We just played Marengo. This is actually Len's copy. I got a copy of this too. Mine is unpunched, but he had a punch copy, so there's no point in punching my copy if we can just use his unpunched one. But I'm not a Napoleonics aficionado. I have nothing against the Napoleonic era. I play it on occasion. Sometimes it's fun. This is definitely one of the better ones, at least for me. It's I wouldn't say very simple. It's simpler than most of the Napoleonic games, and it's kind of an interesting scenario. The Austrians are coming in like crazy, and you have to move Napoleon has to move most of his forces from the left side of the map to the right side of the map in order to engage the Austrians. As far as Napoleonic games, it's one of the more bloody ones. You have a lot of Napoleonic games where almost nothing gets killed. In this game, units actually get killed, and when they get killed, there's a chance they can come back. So you'll roll at the end of the turn. If he for Napoleon, he has to roll 1, 2, or 3, and if it comes back, otherwise it's dead for good. And for Napoleon to win, he has to destroy 14 Austrian units, and for the Austrians to win, you had to take that one town at F6, yeah. So that's all the way at the other end of the map. So the Austrians will have to move across the map. There's a lot of like bottlenecks where the Austrians first start out. So half their forces, I was able to stop them in one of the bottlenecks, and then on the other side, they were able to go over a bridge. And on the part where they went over the bridge, they came across in big numbers. So the French that met them there took a beating. But yeah, I recommend it. Like I said, I'm not a black powder person or any war gamer, but as far as Napoleonic games, this one's pretty good. What do you think of this? Guy is an actual real Napoleonic player, so what's your thoughts on the game?
Well, first of all, this one box set highlights 3 other battles that really don't get much attention. They're his earliest battles in Italy, and Marengo is one of his most decisive ones. This is the one where the Austrians surprised them by attacking, and of course they do it in their typical slow-moving way.
The French were out foraging or something? That's why they were caught off guards?
They were, Napoleon was running short on food. In the campaign, he managed to push the Austrians to a certain fortress, and he figured they were bottled up, so they'd lay siege after they collected some food, but the Austrians, for some bizarre reason, decided to attack. Actually, this one went smoothly. It has all the basics. We only played the basic part. The advanced game, actually the only difference was with the advanced game you have a command radius. So at times with this one it was kind of strange that some of the corps commanders were commanding other units because they just happened to be close by. And since Dave was pressed for time, we decided to call it quits because the Austrians had already lost 11 units, and they only needed 4 more, and we had something like 7 turns, which they could easily do. And the thing is, for the Austrian objectives, they were still pretty far away from their objective. And I remember calculating that it would take them 5 turns, even at road speed, just to get near it, and then I'd have something like only 3 turns to take it. Because one of the things, actually, if the French could do at this point, would just be retreat like hell. For a couple turns, and that would have been enough to win it.
Yeah, I left some roadblocks like at center of the map here. I had some units set up there to stop them once they broke through.
Yeah.
In the city areas.
Yeah, a lot of units have a land rating, which adds 1 or 2 to the die roll. And what gets strange is sometimes some of these soak-offs, you end up actually pushing the defensive unit back.
One thing in the game that I thought was a little strange is there's one combat result where if you're not disrupted, it's basically kind of a defender retreat. So you get disrupted and then you retreat 2 hexes. But most likely after you've retreated the 2 hexes, you're not in an enemy by the end of the turn, you won't be in an enemy zone of control, so you automatically lose the disruption. So it seems almost like the disruption wasn't necessary, because we didn't have a single case where one disrupted and fell back 2, where at the end of the turn it was an enemy's zone of control.
Yeah, because I think the only times we had a few attacker disrupted, and that's the only time that it was, or that you were attacked by multiple angles. So.
Yeah, the exchange in this is unusual. In the exchange, the attacker loses 1 unit automatically, and then if he has any left, then the defender, I think he retreats 1 and disrupts or something. So it's kind of weird that the defender doesn't just lose 1 unit too. It would have made more sense to me if
well, the thing is, if he's got a disrupted unit, it's gone.
True, but
and
I mean,
if there were no disrupted units, they retreat and are disrupted. Yeah, that's true. They should just, your unit's disrupted.
Yeah, or just say you lose 1 unit and the other guy loses 1 unit like they do in every other game. That would have made more sense to me. But yeah, I mean, even so, it's still a fun game.
So, okay, I'd actually, especially if you are not into this period, know very little about it, and want to try out, this is a good introduction to it.
This is a lot better than playing something like Avalon Hill. What was it called? Arcola or what was that one that we played from Avalon Hill? It was kind of a micro game.
Yeah, that was Arcola.
Yeah, this is much better than that.
Yeah, because that's more of a strategic game. Because here there's a battle of Arcola. So.
All right, I recommend it. You recommend it?
I recommend it.
All right, we'll have something new for you guys next week. Have a good one.